The Niners are in the process of becoming a more serious team. And you put out the seriousness test earlier this offseason. Would you please remind the viewers what the seriousness test was?
Yeah. If they want to prove they're a serious team, this is what I wrote right after the season. They have to get rid of two players, Deebo Samuel and Juszczyk. They've already gotten rid of one, the fat, malcontent wide receiver. They got rid of him. And that was important because he was a non-contributor and he was a pain in the neck. He choked the guy. He complained he wasn't getting enough, passes, all this. You don't want a guy like that, especially when he's not good. When he got passes, they went through his hands.
Good kick returner.
Yeah. So, and we'll come back to his value in the league in a minute. So they are 50. They're half the way to paradise. That used to be a song.
Yeah.
They're 50% of the way there. Now they got to get rid of Juszczyk. And I want to be very clear about this. I wrote on Substack that they got to get rid of Juszczyk. And several people, fair enough, wrote, you don't really like him. That's why you want to get rid of him. To say I don't like him is an understatement. I can't stand him because he went public and implied that my son is a sexual deviant.
He did do that.
He did do that. And when someone does that publicly to your son, see how you feel about it. In addition, neither Kyle Shanahan nor Lynch did anything about it. I don't expect anything from Kyle Shanahan because he doesn't deal in the personal sphere. I don't know what sphere he's in. Maybe he's listening to the music of the spheres. But Lynch knows better. And Lynch and Bill Walsh would have done this. Lynch played for Bill Walsh, would have called him in. You don't say things like that. It's a potential lawsuit, which Iggy didn't do. Go apologize, or you're out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't like Juszczyk intensely. Having said that, they really should get rid of him. And it has nothing to do with my feeling about him. And why? People wrote, well, he's important to Kyle's system. The running back runs behind him. There are a lot of ways to get running backs to get yards. This guy almost never carries the ball. He's fairly useless. You can get other people to lead block in runs. And key point, when he's on the field, a better player is on the sideline, i.e. Juwan Jennings used to be on the sideline because this bum was playing. Ricky Pearsall, better player, more explosive, more likely to score on the sideline so this bum could play. So if
Jacob Cowing,
one of their faster guys,
mm-hmm.
and they need speed. This guy he runs like a refrigerator.
Jordan Mason.
They could have used two backs, Iggy.
Yeah. The Commanders do that all the time.
Yeah. And if you say, well, it's not Kyle's system, Kyle needs to adjust the system to get the best players on the field and not a guy like this. And to get rid of him would be sending a message. And it's a cliche, but there have been people around here lately have been sending messages that we only want the best players. Not about money and not about age or anything like that. We only want the best players. And we're getting rid of this guy because he's taking up space.
And it's like, is Deebo a bad player? No, he's not a bad player, but he's like definitely not living up to his contract anymore. So you got to go. And Juszczyk is not even coming close to living up to his contract. They're going to have to give him $4.6 million in cash this year. To do what? Not to run the ball. He'll catch 15 passes, but there are like 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 better receivers on the team than him. And as his blocking is solid and getting worse, and he's entering his mid-30s. There's no way he can be making $4.6 million in cash when they're getting rid of other people to save money.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But for me, money isn't the issue. Do you want to be a championship team? Mm-hmm. You want to come back and be a championship team? You have to have championship players. Yeah. Not this welfare guy getting welfare for doing nothing. You don't have people like that on the team. And you show the locker room, we're upgrading. We don't want him anymore. He's old baggage.
Yep.
Do you know how long ago Bill Walsh would have gotten rid of him?
Yep.
Never would have happened.
He wouldn't have been on the team in his 30s.
No.
No. And Kyle is just so locked into, I need a fullback on the field. There's not that many fullbacks in the world. It's time for him to evolve and adjust and either get a second tight end or a third wide receiver, something else. But this guy's got to go.
Iggy, the fact that he's still on the team, and again, I hope he's not for next season, is an indictment of Kyle Shanahan. Not the only indictment, but it's an indictment of Kyle Shanahan that he relies on this. He's no longer a thoroughbred, Iggy. He's a nag.
Mhm.
He's ready for the glue factory.
Yeah. And I think what complicates the seriousness test, and we're trying to give the Niners praise, that we're trying to start off positive to start the show, but it's not like, or at least according to reports, according to them, they didn't wake up one day and say, we got to get rid of Debo. Debo woke up one day and said, I got to get out of here. So that's rough.